coming into winter now, so I'm getting the place more set up again, or better set up, should I say, for the winter. I've had the broilers in this patch here now for the past, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Now they weren't just stuck in this paddock, it goes all the way up around here. They also had an entrance going through the gate there into the field, all access to that whole field. Like anywhere you want it for the whole day, win there and forage between all the Christmas trees. No problems at all. That's why they put on weight good. So I got this patch of crap here now, all scrub, and I got nice grass in the corner over there. So the plan today is to get the chicken fence, put it around the edge there, up to the house, and then bring it up over and around, and then back down again through the gap here, and then back through the gap here, across here, and join up with the turkey fence. And then there's nice grass here as well. So Mr. Go is going out. You alright, Go? Tired? He's going to stud today. He's going out to meet a few nannies. So he'll be gone for a few days, a couple of weeks maybe. And the two sheep, I'm going to move the two sheep in here and let them clear all this up. Now because I've had the chickens in here, and of course winter time brings vermin, so it looks like something's been living in here. So if I can get the chicken, or if I can get the sheep in to clear all this out, so there's no coverage, no foliage, nothing in there, it'll be easier for me to get rid of any vermin. So as you can see, this is filmed in autumn. You can tell by all the greenery. So a mate of mine knew I was looking for sheep. He knew there was some sheep going for sale, so he gave me a shout and I drove down and picked them up. I got them in May of last year. I never even thought of having a male and a female, because I assumed I was going to kill them after fattening them up. I thought I was going to fatten them up for 3 or 4 months, whatever it takes, and then kill them and eat them. But it just turned out he happened to get me a male and a female, and then of course me being stupid, I say, oh well, then I can make little lambs out of these 2 lambs. Not knowing much about lambs to begin with, I thought that it'd be easy enough. I didn't even think that they'd go into heat straight away. Apparently they go into, well not apparently, they do go into heat every 3 weeks, the ewes do. And that's why they don't keep a ram with ewes, because then you'd have lambs popping out all different times of the year. So they were 5 months old when I got them, and they say they go into heat after 5 months. So he's been trying to get up on her since then. Now she's not, still to this day, this, as I say, this is filmed back in autumn. We're in February now, and she still hasn't shown signs of pregnancy, so I don't know whether she can't get pregnant or he can't do the job. I still don't have any lambs, so it's not too bad because she's only small. So when I first got the lambs home, they had a bit of diarrhea. When I got goats for the first time, I found that when I moved them, they had diarrhea at the start. So I wormed them straight away. I actually I had 2 goats at the time, or 1 goat at the time. I wormed the goat and I wormed the 2 sheep. They were fairly manageable as well, which was great. I was able to handle them. I was worried they were going to be running around the place like wild lunatics. But then the female just wasn't putting on any weight. She was very skinny. She actually wasn't really even eating the grass. And the male now, the ram, he was just putting on weight big time. So a mate of mine gave me some coccidosis medication. I gave her that. I wormed her again, and then I had to keep drenching her with water, getting water down her throat. She wasn't doing anything. There's me giving out about something for some reason. I was giving out because she wasn't drinking, she wasn't eating. And then went out at night time, went out at 10 o'clock at night time, and she was flaked out on the ground, like flaked out in spasms. She was kind of having fits. I thought she was dead and done for there. Like I put her inside one of the IBC tanks. Went out the next morning. She was brand new. Now I think the medication helped, and clearly she's still alive today. But it was so close to dying that my head was melted. Then I think she picked up some sort of lice or something. She had something with her fleece would not stay on her. Now, it wasn't blowfly. I'll get to that in a minute because I had an issue with the flies as well. But she had some sort of lice or something. Now he didn't have it seemed to be only her, so I got her, for the lice I treated her with Butox, which worked immediately. Our fleece just bounced back straight away. I should have got that quicker than I did. And then for worming I used Animec. It's like ivermectin, I think it is. And the coccidosis medication, I don't know what that was. I got that off a friend in a jar, so, but I did the work, whatever it was. Just a little tip here, if you're moving poultry netting like that and you're tired, don't wear boots with metal hoops on them, because they get caught in all them wires, all the netting, and you trip up and go in your face. People told me they need to fatten up the ewe. It was like a finisher mix, a lamb finisher. So I gave that to them, and they just got the runs straight away. And then because they got diarrhea straight away, and they were just sitting in the puddles of shit that they were shitting, they was just oozing out of them. So then their fleece got covered in shit. So I bought a cheap shearers online on eBay, 70 quid or something was. And I've never sheared a sheep before, I never sheared anything before, but I shaved my head, so it kind of went at it the way I do with my own head. And it didn't do too bad for most of it. I tried to get it on video, but it was just, I was going around in circles chasing the fucking sheep. Now I did get a patch of maggots on the ram up on the high hip. It was about the size of a mandarin, about that size, circular. Look at me, I'm scared of this fella. He can be a bit narky, that goat, sometimes. It was fucking disgusting. I'm sure sheep get way worse conditions than that. Like, it was only a small patch of maggots on it now, but I thought it was fucking disgusting. So I cut them out anyway, and I got some aluminium spray. Now check this out for a manoeuvre. Here's one chicken and two chicken in two hands. Look at that, that's how you know you're a real farmer. Or a silver spray or some sort of spray that I got out of one of the feed shops, and I sprayed that over the patch because you could see it was like sunburn where they were at the being sitting on the skin. I don't know whether they actually eat the skin or whether they just cause so much heat and moisture that they create sore in the skin and then they eat whatever is on that. I don't know how it works. That was it. That was the only issue I had now with maggots. I checked their fleece ever since then. I check over and check their fleece from time. Well, I don't need to do it now, it's winter. Look at that dirty goat pissing on himself. He's pissing all over me as well. Bastards. He's a good character, that goat. That goat is actually with the famous Sean now in Portugal. He's a lovely goat. But all the way up to the winter then I was spreading the fleece apart near the rear end and checking it. But I stopped feeding them that lamb finisher and the diarrhea stopped. So then during the winter then I just got hogget nuts to feed them with. I just feed them a scoop of hogget nuts and a scoop of whole wheat every evening. And not a bother on them, so I should have just done that in the fucking start. I've no idea if this is going to work. Can't imagine why it won't, but the dogs are not going to like it. All I have to do is just run this way fence. I'm going to stick it on the post up there and run it along here. I'll run it across there. I don't think I need one on this fence line. There's absolutely nothing more rewarding than bringing your animals onto fresh grass. All in all, my first year with sheep, it was fucking brilliant. I still like having them. They're great gardeners. You can move them around. Well, these sheep anyway, you can move them around fairly mobile. They follow the rules of the electric fence for the most part. They don't break out anywhere. 2 is plenty for my land. Yeah, I definitely recommend people getting sheep. Especially if they can get sheep that they can handle. They're just brilliant. With me having the sheep in here now, they'll be allowed into this paddock here too. With me letting them into these 2 paddocks, I'm going to close off that gate there, and then that means that paddock, and this paddock has a chance to regenerate. Now this one, they haven't been here in a while, so the grass is actually alright in there. That's probably where they'll move next when they're finished in this plot. But during the winter now, I'm kind of giving them two plots at a time. There's not a huge amount of feed at the moment. There's enough for the 2 of them, but there's not enough of you. Just like if they were locked up in here, there's not enough there really. You don't want to overgraze the ground. That probably is overgrazed, I'm not 100% sure. This is my first year with sheep.